What's up, chat? Can you hear me? Let me do a test before I go full cam. Do you guys like the music? It says my mic is on, but you never know. You can hear me? That's cool. Let's go full screen. How do I do this? We're full screen now. And chat's on the screen. You'll love to see it. So I have a new setup for solo streams whenever I do them. I don't know how often I'll do them, but we have this cool thing. I made this yesterday. I probably shouldn't have because I'm behind on homework for my documentary class. But I did it anyway because I thought it'd be cool. And also we have the moving thing down here because that looks cool. Is it actually in line? It looks in line. I can't tell. It looks fine. What's up, chat? Let's go through some of these chat messages before we get too deep into it. And of course my camera covers half of them. I need to move it a bit. Okay. Hello Dempsey, what's going on? How do you say that name? Conoric? What's up? Not much, man. Just, there's news today. And I don't like it. So we also have Orc Destroyer 1, and he's gaming, Dempsey. I'm lurking for a bit, still in the studio, but wanted to make sure to drop a like for you. Thank you. Studio, what studio are you in? I'm curious of that. What kind of studio you're in? Is it like music or like what is it? there's a lot of studios. Like some people call a sweatshop a studio, and it's like, that's just slave labor. Actually gaming right now, started a new Fallout 3 playthrough. Nice. I need to play those games. I remember I would watch my friends play Fallout, like I would go over to their houses for like sleepovers and stuff during middle school and elementary school. And I would see them, I would just watch them play Fallout, but I would never actually play Fallout. So like I know the whole game, but I've never played it actually. Sam Montgomery for £2 says it's Jover. It is Jover. Thank you for the £2. It has just begun. True. In terms of the Dave Filoni news, yeah. Yeah, you can hear me. Looks cool. Thank you. Yeah, we got this fancy moving thing. It's really fun to look at. I will probably look at it. I just looked. How's the music volume, by the way? Should I turn it down a bit? I'm looking at it right now. Could be too much, but I don't know. You make music with my son? That's cool. They're really fun. Every game is worth a try. Cool. What about 76? I've heard that one's a topic, so I don't know about that one, but I will play all three. Like I know relatively up to 4, I think. But of course I've never actually played them, so I have no idea. So yeah. Also, Groppy Live says, yo, what's up? I think you're new here. I'm not actually sure. Yeah. So, I don't do solo streams that often, and I ramble a lot. So, I apologize. I will preface this with an apology and say that if I ramble and I sound like I'm not making a statement, it's because I am rambling and I have no idea what I'm doing. So usually Bagface is the one that does the production stuff, like the stream, like OBS, setting up the stream and stuff. He usually does that, and I don't do that. All I do, I give him the stream key and some other plugin stuff, and I make the thumbnail. That's all I do for Slight Tomfoolery. That's all. Oh, and I gather like topics and stuff like that. But really that's it. What I do. He does most of the production work. Which is weird because like, I don't know. It feels like I should be doing it just because it's my channel, but also he's perfectly fine with doing it. And I don't think he wants it on his channel. I mean, he's always just asked me for my stream keys, so, you know. Fun fact about 76. John Carpenter says he loves playing the game earlier today. He did? I want to see if that's true. We're going to search that. John Carpenter. Fallout 76. Director John Carpenter says that he's hooked on Fallout 76. Let's give this a look. Let me switch to now watching. Oh, look at that. I think I might change. You know what I might change? You know how it says camera on above me? I might switch that to live reaction because I think that's funnier. Let me extend this a bit. So we're just looking at the Game Rant article. Yeah, that looks cool. I think. I can't see it. I can barely see. Maybe I should put my glasses on, because that probably would be better. He said it on Twitter? Really? Well, this will probably link to that. Iconic director John Carpenter has recently talked about some of the games that he's played, specifically mentioning he's hooked on Fallout 76 when released in 2018. The game went down as one of the most disastrous launches in recent gaming history. It did. I remember that. I remember the... did you guys watch the Internet Historian video about Fallout 76? Good video, by the way. I highly recommend it. Maybe I'll pull it up and we can watch it. Probably not, though. John Carpenter admits that he's been stuck on The Last of Us 2. That's topical. Which led to developer Naughty Dog reaching out to him in recent tweets to offer their help. The studio said that they're a huge fan of his work. I mean, who isn't? Let's be real. And gave some hints that he could get past the part he struggled with. Bro, just where's the tweet? Did I skip it? Am I stupid? Oh. Oh, here's a Reddit article. Let's go to a Reddit article. Nothing bad will happen here. Oh, I got hooked on this Fallout 76 game. Been hooked to the game for a good long time. Or been hooked for a good long time on it. You know, I know it had bugs coming out and a lot of it was put down, but I thought that it was great. It's really fun to play. It had bugs coming out and I already read that line, you stupid idiot. And then I keep up with this Borderlands and Horizon Forbidden West. I love that game, fantastic. What is a design? Mind-blowing. You know what's crazy? That man, how old is John Carpenter? John Carpenter age. Homie is 75 years old and he is gaming. Good morning, Flaccid. How we doing? Yeah. It's not here, but good morning. Listen, I say good morning everywhere. I like to keep people guessing as to where I live. I highly recommend all but 76. 1 and 2 are peak, but they're old 2D RPGs with gameplay that takes a while to get used to. 3, New Vegas, and 4 are great as well. Oh, I can't read that. But yeah, this man is... John Carpenter is 75 years old, and he is gaming. I love that. It's so great. Yeah. I recently finally watched The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing. Good movie. Great movie, in fact. I can finally say I've watched The Thing. But by finally watched, I mean, like watched 2 months ago. Good movie. How's the music levels, by the way? Can you guys hear it at all? Is it a good level? I have no idea. Oh, actually, I'm gonna add... Hold up. Waveform visualizer. Desktop audio. Ugh, look at that. It's weird and wavy. Curve. Bars. Chat, I'm sorry you have to deal with maintenance of stream. I also gotta move this down a bit. There we go. I also... there we go. I think that's lined up. Nope, that's not lined up. Hello? Okay, that looks lined up enough. I don't know, actually. Remember when we all wanted this? I don't know what you mean by that, but hello, Guts on the mic. The Thing is so good? Yes, it is. The Thing is my number one movie of the... Or my number one movie remake ever. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, by pretty, I mean really good. I think the music level's good. You can hear it, but it's not that live. Cool. That's what I need. I'm gonna put this here, and I'm just gonna hope that it lines up. That looks like it lines up enough. All right. I'm gonna put my OBS back over here. Dueling EQs, lol. Yeah. All right, I guess we should go into the main news of today that I originally was talking about. You know, I'm looking at this, and this is still not. Hold up. There. That's gonna be on my mind the entire time every time I look at it. You know what? We're gonna get rid of the music one. Or I'll just put it up here. Hold up. I just broke all immersion. Where should I put it? Chat, you get it. You're gonna deal with it. Wait, this is me. That's me. Wait. Hello? Okay, I'm back over there. We're gonna go over here to chat. Chat, you get the music. All right? You will be bumping to that. Are you okay with that? There. You'll get the music over there, and you can bump to that as you wish. That's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do. Thank you. Yeah. All right. Okay, sorry that I'm doing weird production stuff. I meant when we all wanted Dave to be in charge. No. I don't think we do. I'm good with taking the music? Cool. Well, you get it. I don't know where I'd put it otherwise, so. Yeah, Guts, I don't know if you've watched my videos, but I'm not the biggest fan of Dave Filoni. For pretty valid reasons. Ahsoka comes to mind, specifically. But I also think you're being sarcastic. I assume you're being sarcastic. I've already given up on Star Wars, but the recent development has cemented that. Yeah, all I'm looking forward to is Andor Season 2, and that's it. I mean, I'll just show the tweet. So here's the tweet. I retweeted this, actually. So the tweet was, from discussing films, this is where it's coming from. But it's pretty much in every pop culture audio. So Dave Filoni has became, wrong phrasing there, but Dave Filoni has become the chief creative officer at Lucasfilm. He will now work more directly with Kathleen Kennedy to oversee the next generation of Star Wars shows and movies. Guys, it's never been more over than right now. My favorite part is Ahsoka when it ended. True and real, brother. What's up, Cromples? I'm glad you're here. Man, I love Star Wars and Dave Filoni. Andrew in every video. Yeah, I got a bad feeling about this. Yeah, I think we all do. Let me move the chat up a bit here. There we go. I don't want the bottom to be cropped off. That's annoying. But yes, I love Dave Filoni. So yeah, obviously this is a really big L. Like when this happened, I think if I retweeted this again, I'd use the gif of, or like the meme of Star-Lord from Infinity War, and he says, "Did we just lose?" That's how I feel right now. We lost big time, bro. I've seen a bit of your Ahsoka videos. Ah, thank you. Yeah, I hated every second of it. Not making them, but watching the show. I'm almost out of my first Dr. Pepper. I love how they ruined lightsabers and made the Force not a special thing. That rules. Yeah. My biggest problem with the lightsaber, it wasn't the stab. I could believe that in a futuristic society with laser swords, I could believe that they have the medical capability of healing a wound from a laser sword. The problem is the medical process and the medical the surgery that Sabine goes through is just a band-aid. It's just a space band-aid. That's it. Like, remember in Kenobi, the other bad show, when Obi-Wan Kenobi got burnt to a crisp and somehow didn't get like facial scars, he was put in a bacta tank only for being in fire. Of course, being in fire is probably less on the scale than being stabbed with a cylindrical blade that pretty much just deletes everything in that area. So I feel like Sabine should be in a bacta tank and have like a bunch of organs replaced, like stomach, liver, probably kidneys, and then you have nerve endings to account for. There's a lot of stuff that's in that stomach that she got stabbed with. Could she survive? Yeah, definitely. Would the bacta tanks are a thing? Yeah. Yeah, it's just crazy. I have a different outlook on this news. For quite simply, now, if anything is bad, he pretty much is to blame for he's in charge of everything now. Yeah. Yeah, but if anything is good, he's also to blame for that. I don't know if, because a lot of people blame like Kathleen Kennedy and for example, they blame Kathleen Kennedy for like destroying Star Wars, and it wasn't Kathleen Kennedy herself. It was the team that she hired, right? It's this team of people that you put together is the reason that it's all falling apart. It's not just Kathleen Kennedy. It's Ryan. I was about to say Ryan Reynolds for some reason, and then I was just about to say Ryan Gosling, whoever wrote The Last Jedi, and then you have J.J. Abrams. And then those people and their writing teams that they hire, like J.J. Abrams, the amount of damage he did in The Force Awakens. Oh man. Yeah, that is crazy. Lightsabers are basically going baseball bats in Star Wars. I can understand the limitations of games and stuff, but in shows, that ain't right. Yes, to a certain point. I'm fine with Sabine getting stabbed. When thinking about it, Cal got stabbed in the same area. The issue is the problem of the lightsaber stab not killing is fresh in everyone's mind via Kenobi. Nah, I blame climate change for Star Wars sucks now. True. True. We can't have any movies on Hoth now because all the snow is gone. Oh, I forgot to say hello to Cannoli. Good morning, Cannoli. So, yeah. The thing I'm worried about is Andor Season 2, right? Because now, that comes out Q4 next year. That gives Dave Filoni time to go into that project and say, hey, how's it going? And then he can do whatever he wants with that. Like Tony Gilroy is at the mercy of Dave Filoni now, which is a nightmare to think about. Lol, it hit one of my comments. Yeah, for some reason, you can't swear in my live chat. I've tried to figure it out, and I don't know how to fix that. So, I'm sorry. My YouTube chat is anti-free speech. I don't know why. I can't fix it. It's probably... I can't think. I've looked through every single, like, censoring and, like, community managing, like, setting in YouTube Studio, and I can't find anything. Oh god, no? Yeah, that's right. And I feel like I've seen a bunch of memes of, like, Dave Filoni going into the writing room for Andor Season 2, and he's like, hey, let's add Dexter Jetster in it, and oh, let's add Ahsoka in it, and everyone's like laughing about it. But I'm terrified of it because it could really happen. With him at the helm of all of the creative, Dave Filoni being the creative officer for Lucasfilm means that, like, it is my fear. I am very scared for Andor Season 2 because of him. Considering how well received Andor was, he's gonna mess with Gilroy in Season 2. Yeah, and also I'm pretty sure there was a look at the quote tweets of the news article. There's some funny jokes out there. There probably is. I'll actually find it. I remember I can't click on and see the quotes anymore. I gotta go to like view post engagements. Thanks for making it worse. Filoni arriving to the Andor set to force Dexter Jetster into a cameo. Yeah. Man, that's crazy. Anyway, Season 2 is going to be the last good piece of Star Wars media. I don't know, man. It might be the first bad one since he took over. I think Andor was probably the last good piece of Star Wars. Hey, there's me. Yeah, introverted robots, right. We lost. The key jangling will reach decibels we have never thought possible. Yeah, this is pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. Dave Filoni, the second I snatch away his cowboy hat. Yeah, and then it'll show that he's bald. Careful with the music on those Twitter posts. Yeah. If I show like 5 seconds of it. Tony Gilroy, if you can hear us, please, Tony Gilroy. Please save us, Tony Gilroy. Please save us, Tony Gilroy. Have you seen this clip? Raw. It's the true and real. Gonna see if this happens in real time. Oh, what's this? Is this a script? Ahsoka, we need to take the fight to Thrawn. Bo-Katan Kryze steps out of the shadows. Bo-Katan. You have my darksaber. The Mandalorian steps out of the shadows. The Mandalorian. And my jetpack. The camera slowly pans 360 degrees in a single continuous shot. Boba Fett and my flamethrower, Captain Rex, and my blaster, and Sabine Wren, and my spray paint cans, Zeb Aurelius, and my paws, Baby Yoda. He can talk. Quote, he can talk now. And my Marlboro Reds, Ezra Bridger, and my can-do attitude, Cal Kestis. I'm Cal Kestis. Hondo Anaka, and my knowledge of business, Zero the Hutt, and my delicious Cajun gumbo. Guys, I think we found peak. Din Djarin should be more like, and my plot armor. Yeah, his literal plot armor. He has Beskar. And Sabine Wren does too, even though it wasn't established that he did have it. But anyway, don't think about it, just consume. He'll make Cassian force sensitive? Oh no. No, don't say that. Don't say that. It'll become true. No, he'll make like Luthen Rail force sensitive for no reason, you know? Like one of the good he'll make like one of the big important people force sensitive so that like the weird theme of like all important people in the galaxy have to be force sensitive. You know that weird like rule people have? It's over. Yep. It will be fine, Copium. True.
The galaxy has lost all its hope.
Yep. It's never been more over, Leia. Mon Mothma force sensitive. Oh. Merrick was actually Luthen. Stop talking. It'll become true. Guys, I remember I was talking to Sheev one day, and we were talking about just like different random like crazy theories we had for Ahsoka going forward. And I think he said yeah, and Dave Filoni is gonna get his hands on Andor, and he's gonna put Ahsoka in it, and Ahsoka's gonna be Cassian's sister. And then I freaked out, and because like whenever you make a theory about Dave Filoni, you have to freak out, because if you make the theory, it will manifest itself. I think Dave Filoni has hijacked every person's mind with a brain chip, and he reads your thoughts and pulls the worst theories you have out of your head. It's just true. I'm sorry. We have this blind from the thing from South Park. I mean, Dave Filoni doesn't make chicks lame and gay. In fact, I don't even think he made anything woke. Like, I know a bunch of people call Ahsoka woke and stuff, and it's like, it's not woke. It's just female characters in Star Wars. Is that not a good thing? Is that not okay? And it's just weird to see, like, it's weird to see people automatically default to this thing is woke because woman in it. And that's really bizarre, because then they go on and they're like, oh yeah, this is obviously targeted towards a female audience. And it's like, no, it's not. All these characters are from the animated series. It's for the people who watch those shows. I'm the target audience for Ahsoka. Like, if anyone's opinion matters more, it's mine, because I know what happened. Because there's a lot of people who made reviews on Ahsoka who didn't do their homework, apparently. They didn't do their homework, and they got things wrong. So, yeah, I did my homework from living and enjoying the shows. Yeah, I probably got some things wrong. I know there's a couple things that I did get wrong, but most of the people, like, this is basic research. If Merrick was female, there would have been a great connection to make, as there is a character called Jerisa who killed her Inquisitor master on Dathomir and stole her lightsaber. Therefore, excuse me. Therefore, Marek would be that Inquisitor resurrected. I mean, you could be cooking. I have no idea. It is a problem that there's just, it's so easy to make zombies now, like zombie troopers, because that has a lot of problems in terms of like the Night Sisters' powers, because the Night Sisters' powers are already pretty sketch in terms of how they apply to the greater world. And it's really, yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say. This is why I don't do solo streams. Yeah, isn't it true in the extended universe and some of the Legends material that the zombies were just kind of like an accident, like a freak accident during a scientific experiment? It was like condensed into this one base. I'm not actually sure. I see like a bunch of pictures of like Death Troopers and stuff like that, and people say like, oh, the Death Troopers in Rogue One are zombies because they talk differently, and it's like, they could just have a code, man. There's different languages exist. And then they had the one in Rebels talk normal, and that was crazy. When the Death Troopers talked normally in Rebels, and I think Resistance too? No, not Resistance. Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy to hear them talk normally. Star Wars. Re-dies. Good to know I don't have to worry about being invested into this franchise anymore. Yeah, it's dead. Oh no, here's a god-awful take. Given that he's basically the successor to George Lucas, this is a long time coming. His contributions to the I can't speak. His contributions to the franchise, with shows like The Clone Wars, Rebels, and The Mandalorian, shaped Star Wars into what it is today. I'm looking forward to the future of Lucasfilm. All right, buddy. Enjoy your Baby Yoda plushie. Okay, Barbie. They're never letting the Skywalker saga end. Yeah, that's crazy. Meltdowns inbound. I mean, it's more like, I wouldn't call what I'm doing a meltdown. I would call what I'm doing smoking a cigarette outside on the porch and waiting for the earth to explode. That's what I'm doing. These are so funny. Perhaps there's hope for Star Wars yet. Yeah, but yeah, man. Yeah. You obviously skipped Ahsoka. Okay, we're getting to the copium ones. But yeah, that's the main shindig in terms of like what's going on for Star Wars. Yeah, we're all doomed. Star Wars has yet again killed itself. Congratulations. It's also crazy, like, because you have people like Star Wars Theory who are like, oh yeah, if Dave Filoni's just put in charge, everything will be okay. Really? You really think this? This is something you think? I was on a stream with Sheev and some more friends, and we were we went over Star Wars Theory's video where he's just like, I'm done with Star Wars. And then like the next day he does a video about the new news for Star Wars. And he truly believes that if you gave everything to Dave Filoni, it would just magically be okay. It's crazy. Star Wars Theory has said some wacky stuff. Yeah, he's unhinged. Have you guys seen the video? I want to make sure you guys have seen the video, because it is beyond comprehensible. Some of the stuff he says in it. Like, he says, like, why'd they give She-Hulk 250 million and Obi-Wan Kenobi only 80 million? And it's like, number one, She-Hulk is a completely different studio project. That's, yeah, I watched the stream. Yeah, it was rough. It was a fun stream. Yeah, I saw the stream where you guys broke it down. Good. Yeah, that was a fun stream. I mean, it was rough watching it, but it was fun hanging out with the bros. Where was I going? I completely forgot my thought process. This is why I don't do solo streams. Hold on. Oh yeah, the She-Hulk thing. And also, it makes obvious sense that you would give a bigger budget to the project that has a CGI woman, which is, it is way harder to, it's way harder to make a CGI woman than it is a man, because like women's skin is softer. So to replicate that in CGI is really hard without making it look bad. And they obviously failed with She-Hulk because it looks horrid. Filoni is not good. Don't understand the hype. It's because he's credited for things like Avatar: The Last Airbender, which he really wasn't a part of that much of. And actually, as the show decreased in quality, there's a correlation between the show's decrease in quality and him getting more involved with the project. It's the same with Rebels. Season 4 is the worst season of that show, and coincidentally, Dave Filoni was the one who wrote that season, specifically everything to do with Ahsoka and saving her from time travel. You love to see it, honestly. Yeah. And again, with the production stuff and like the budget and stuff, the budget isn't even the problem. It's the writing. You can't buy good writing. You just have to get good writers. And they just have to write a good thing. Like, you can't up the budget to buy better quality writing. That's not how it works. You hire a good writer. And like the way unions work now, writers are all kind of paid the same in terms of like quality. Like, the quality could be different between all of them, except you're just going to be paying them the same. You know, I'm pretty sure that's how the new deal went down. So I forgot my thought process again. Oh yeah, just buy better writers. Also, She-Hulk 250 million and Andor 250 million, same budget, vastly different qualities within them. Andor looks like the much better show because it looks like it's worth $250 million. You had a movie that came out, The Creator, that was 80 million. That movie looks fantastic for an $8 million budget. And Obi-Wan Kenobi is also $80 million budget. And it looks terrible. Like, that show looks god-awful. I have no idea where that budget went. And we also did the bingo card for Theory. And I think he almost got a bingo. I think we got 4 in a row, but not 5, sadly. So, yeah. That's the news. Actually, has Theory made a video about it? He probably has, and he's probably just like wetting himself by how excited he is. Let me find it. Star Wars Theory. Dave Filoni promoted to CFFO. Let's see it. All right, I found the video. We're gonna watch this. I love how, oh, you were doing, okay. I'll wait for you to remake your statement. But guys, we're gonna watch a theory video, and we're gonna wanna die. I'll turn off the music. I wonder if he'll respond to Sheev's stream. I have no idea, man. I don't know what that man does.
We would be honored.
Oh, that's so loud. I'm sorry.
Hey guys, we got some really
That like peaked everywhere.
Well, debatable, I guess, for some. I know.
Amazing news, guys. Everyone, amazing news. Maybe possibly debatable, but amazing news all around, guys. I want to restart that video.
Hey guys, we got some really amazing news today. Well, debatable, I guess, for some. I know Mahler probably won't be too happy, but I'm happy about this. Dave
Yeah, Mahler's not going to be happy because Mahler actually has a brain.
Filoni has just gone up the ranks big time, even more at Lucasfilm now, to be the FFO. So, Dave Filoni has a new mission in the Star Wars universe after guiding Rosario Dawson's Force-wielding hero to distant celestial realms in the first season of Ahsoka. The writer, producer, director who started out working along...
I mean, that's a way to phrase it. That's one way.
Alongside George Lucas on the animated Clone Wars show nearly 2 decades ago, 20 years ago, has ascended to a new position at Lucasfilm, one that will give him input into all the galactic storytelling going forward. And this is what I've been gunning for a very long time.
See? He confirms it. He unironically thinks if you put Dave Filoni at the helm of everything, it'll just be fine. Does anyone understand that this man can't write anything good? You realize, like, he's just a character creator. He makes characters. He doesn't write them. He didn't write Ahsoka. Most of the early development of her character and the good episodes of her in Clone Wars weren't even written by him. And her amazing arc in Rebels isn't even written by him. People give so much credit to this guy when he barely does anything. He's just a producer. He's an okay, like, producer and director of, like, animated shows, but when it comes to live action, he has no idea what he's doing. He's lost. He doesn't know how to direct actors. He doesn't know what lighting is. Just put the guy who wrote Andor to run Star Wars. Yeah, but then everything's gonna be boring. Lucas made Ahsoka? Yeah! Lucas came up with the idea of Ahsoka. This is his whole idea. And of course you have, like, ideas of, like, oh, she should have died at during Order 66. I disagree. I think her arc in Rebels showed that she had room to grow during Empire era. Yeah, I mean, Flaccid, I don't even think I would agree to that extent. Like, keep Tony Gilroy writing. Like, just keep that man in a writer's room, or, like, at least, like, you could just promote him to just, like, a showrunner for, like, a bunch of shows, and that'd be perfect. Did Dave Filoni really do anything for Avatar: The Last Airbender? I don't think he did. I don't think he did that much. I think he was just, like, a character designer, and, like, maybe a producer, but I don't think he did that much. I don't think he wrote it. I was thinking about it now. Yeah, I think he wrote a couple episodes, specifically the ones that just happened to be bad. Number one, Filoni is in charge, ruins Star Wars even more, therefore proving me right so I can be smug all the time. Or number two, Filoni doesn't ruin Star Wars more and we get good content. Either way, I win. Is that from the point of view of Star Wars theory or me? I mean, I am smug. But, like, I just think it's, like, bizarre to put him in charge. Anyway, I'm just gonna click we're
We
only
need Dave Filoni to oversee literally every single creative story project that goes on with Star Wars so that we have a cohesive story which takes place all under the same sort of umbrella, timeline, consistent.
Homie said coherent. Did he watch Ahsoka? I don't even know. I'm just gonna put my glasses back on, man. I don't know what's going on, man.
Consistency, whatever you want to call it. Dave Filoni says, now I'm what's called Chief Creative Officer at Lucasfilm. Filoni tells Variety Fair, which places him into the development process, which earlier and in a much more expansive capacity than his previous advisory duties. In the past, in a lot of projects, I would be brought into it. I would see it after it had already developed and the good ways. So now he's going to be in there from the very beginning with all the projects, and everything's going to have to go through him. I believe Kathy will probably be still, one step above him, but I think that she will hopefully, I mean, she's probably not, but I think she should take a back seat and let him do all of the creative decisions that go on with it. Filoni will now work.
He's gonna be at every single creative development from the very beginning. Do you know how bad this is? We lost. We just lost. We lost big time. There's never been a bigger loss than this. This is crazy.
More directly with Lucasfilm President Kathleen Kennedy and alongside Carrie Beck, a veteran producer turned head of development to originate and shepherd next generation of Star Wars movies and shows. After spending many years involved in the creation of Star Wars animation, including Rebels, he became increasingly involved in live action as a producer with Jon Favreau on The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett. In this new role,
Yeah, and look how good that went. Just saying.
it's opened up to basically everything that's going on, Filoni says. When we're planning the future of what we're doing now, I'm involved at the inception phase. And this is exactly what I wanted to happen. You can't just bring him in nilly-willy here and there, in the middle or the end, literally the end. You have to have him involved at the beginning. And this was the main big problem with Lucasfilm, was that they did not have someone like Jon Favreau or Sam Witwer at the inception of every single sequel film. And that's why it went to
Do you really think Jon Favreau, chat, this is a question towards you guys too. Do you guys really think Jon Favreau could make Star Wars great again? Like, let's just be real here. Let's be 100% with each other. The man made Iron Man. And then he made the live action Lion King. And then he made Mando season 2. And then he made Book of Boba Fett. And then he made Mando season 3. I'm just saying, I don't think the man can write that good. Actually, I don't think he can write at all. By himself, maybe, but he's too much of a Mandalorian fanboy. Yeah, and then he makes some lame. Like, the whole the cool thing about Mandos, when they were like originally like in the shows and like some of the Legends material, is that their entire planet was destroyed because they did it. They blew up, they like destroyed their own planet from all the years of Civil War. And they hunted Jedi. And that's cool. And we don't see any of that. Like, if I want a Mando show, I want it set way back in time during the Mandalorian Civil War, and I want it to be Game of Thrones. Just everything set on the planet of Mandalore. It does not move. Nowhere else, just Mando. That's where I want it. Jon Favreau, best contribution to Star Wars was Mando Season 1, which is like a 4 out of 10. Yeah. Yeah. It's fun. It's like dumb fun, but overall it doesn't make sense. And now we're stuck with Din Djarin and Grogu for season 4. Yay, I'm so excited.
Shit. The news comes a little over a month after the conclusion of Ahsoka, an 8-episode Disney Plus series that explored how, neither Filoni nor Dawson were able to speak about the show when it debuted. In a Vanity Fair exclusive, both of them are now free to discuss the changes the show brought to the broader Star Wars narrative, both on-screen and behind the scenes. Hayden Christensen, who returned to play the spirit of Anakin Skywalker in Ahsoka, also spoke about reprising his role from the
The Mandalorian, a political thriller limited series about Duchess Satine. The final 3 episodes of the live-action remake of the original 3 Mandalorian episodes in the Clone Wars with Obi-Wan. That'd be cool. But we're not going to get it. That's actually where I wanted the Mandalorian season to be. Yeah, man. We want to see Mandos fighting Mandos. The Civil War, and maybe have them hunt Jedi. That's what I want. Do I sound like a fanboy that wants key jangling to me? Kind of. But at the end of the day, I'm a fan of Star Wars. But you know what I'm more of a fan of? Good storytelling. And if it's not good storytelling, I don't care. Gib good Star Wars. Final statement. Yeah, I mean, you could even do... Yeah, Duchess Satine could be interesting. You could do, like, her early... No, you know what would be really cool? The Clone Wars talks about how, like, Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan went to Mandalore during a mission with the princess, or the Duchess. And that's where Obi-Wan and the Duchess began their, their relationship. So it'd be cool to see, like... to see that, where that happens and how that happens. It'd be cool, but it's probably not going to happen because it's cool. Season 1 also has horrible episodes written solely by Dave Filoni, where Mando agrees to work for an idiot bounty hunter that destroys their whole way of tracking the bounty hunter, Fennec. For no reason, yes. Yeah, wait, so you're telling me that really terrible, I think it was episode 5, the really terrible filler episode in Mando season 1 was written by Dave Filoni? That makes so much more sense. That makes a lot of sense, actually, because that episode is terrible. It would be cool to see those references to Obi-Wan and Satine stories in Tales of the Jedi, but oops, all Ahsoka? Yeah. Man, I haven't seen Tales of the Jedi either yet. Just because I don't care. The only one I want to watch is the ones with Dooku, which Sheev has told me are okay, or at least has said in like a group chat, he said that it was like an okay episode. The other ones I've heard like TK and stuff say that it was really bad overall. I also know that they used one of the coolest Inquisitor designs ever, and they'd like kill him off within like 3 seconds of him showing up, which is cool. I love Star Wars.
Prequel films and what the series says about how Darth Vader reckons with his own terrible history in the galactic afterlife. You just learn a lot from Dave in general, I think, Bordizzo says. I know that he's traditional in the sense of how he learned so much from George. He has these pillars of storytelling that are dear to him, and then everything else can be untraditional. And that's very true. I think, Filoni is the only guy that we have that will carry George's stories and legacies, potentially the best of anyone else. I think if him and Sam Witwer and Jon Favreau team up.
What is his obsession with Sam Witwer? Listen, I love Sam Witwer as like a voice guy. Like, he's great as voice. Like, his voice, mwah. Him as Darth Maul, peak. I don't care. He's a great actor for Darth Maul. He's phenomenal. But I don't understand why Sam Witwer is brought up in terms of like writing a story. Has he ever written anything? I know that he understands Star Wars. I've seen clips of him talking about the fight between Maul and Obi-Wan at the end of that Rebels arc and stuff like that. But I don't remember. I don't know if Sam Witwer has any experience at all. Yep, Dave Filoni was the sole writer of that episode, easily the worst episode of the series. Yeah, I would even put that into the realms of like Mando season 3 bad. Like that episode is horrendous. That episode was god awful. It serves no purpose other than teasing Boba. Yeah, and that's really what Dave Filoni writing is. It's mystery boxes on steroids. There's no story actually being told. It's just a mystery box. It's just a mystery box that's thrown in, and there's no development of characters at all. And there's just nothing. And it's just, guys, get ready for the next thing. Like, that was what the whole epilogue scene in Ahsoka season 1 was. And I say season 1 because apparently he's writing a draft for season 2. I can't wait to eat that alive. Sam Witwer knows a lot about Star Wars lore and corrected Dave Filoni on a scene in the Mortis arc. I'm pretty sure that's literally why people like Star Wars Theory, thinks he's good at being in charge for lore. Oh, yes, that's right. There was a line where Anakin was talking to the ghost of Shmi, his mother, and he was talking about Padme, and he said, I think Anakin said, "I love her. I would love for you to meet her." Yeah, something along those lines. And Sam Witwer said, "No, actually, they did meet." And then they had to rewrite it. So in terms of like a lore guy, you could probably hire Sam Witwer to be just the lore expert, because obviously they have no lore expert, because I don't know who the lore expert is there, but they're obviously just being paid off so that they can do whatever they want. So you could hire Sam Witwer to just be a lore and world building manager and just make sure everything works together. But I wouldn't say you could like make him in charge of storytelling. And even then, it's really easy to stick to lore. Tony Gilroy did it with Andor. He wasn't a fan of Star Wars, but when he got in, he did his research to make sure that his story fit in. He went to Wikipedia. I just can't get over how that idiot bounty hunter destroyed the tracking fob for Fennec because he somehow knows her exact location, despite the fact that the fob just makes beeping noises. Yeah, what are with those fobs, like, in general? I don't think those work at all, but I think we already know that, so we're going to continue. They have lore experts, Pablo Hidalgo, oh yes, and Layla Chi, but they don't seem to be consistent with Filoni related projects. More to follow because text box is small. Oh, yes, your character limit. I see. I understand now. Well, what the... Oh. Is there any other emojis than this, bro? Can I just have, like a worm? I'm getting distracted. Anyway.
We'll get something that's hopefully really great. I'm not telling people what to do.
I also... I'm just going to let this play.
Feel like I'm trying to help them tell the best story that they want to tell. I think he should be telling them what to do. I need to be a help across the galaxy here, like a part of the Jedi Council almost. Yeah, but they fell. He describes his responsibilities as understanding the intent of the filmmakers and being a resource to them, based on his mentorship under Lucas himself and his years spent steering the Clone Wars, Rebels, and Ahsoka. Literally, hours now of Star Wars storytelling.
My theory, they don't want to correct Filoni due to Filoni's fan base. They'd get so much hate for his fan base if news broke out that they corrected him and told him, "No, Dave, you can't do that." Yeah. I also just think that they don't really care that much. They look at I don't even think they can read. Like, I'm going to be honest. Because you have the Obi-Wan Kenobi show that I don't think Dave Filoni was involved in at all. They just hired some random wackos from the internet to write that show, apparently. And there's a bunch of lore inaccuracies in that show. The show falls apart immediately, in terms of like world building and all that stuff. And they could have said, "Hey, this isn't like lore accurate. You need to fix this." They didn't do any of that, or they just like read the script once and they were like, "Yeah, whatever, give me money." They look at a spreadsheet. They look at the spreadsheets and find nothing wrong. Yeah, pretty much. I'm gonna continue with what Star Wars Theory is saying because I think he's gonna get to a point which is very easily debunkable.
Telling I have done, he said, before pausing to rethink his syntax. See, I even phrased that like Yoda. At the Star Wars Celebration fan
He's so cringe.
convention this last spring, a number of new projects were announced by Kennedy, including a feature film from Filoni that will help bridge the decades-long gap between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens, a space that The Mandalorian, Book of Boba, and Ahsoka are already busy filling. Yeah, and I think that's going to be the new sequel trilogy, to be honest. If we're being real here, that's going to be the first sequel trilogy. You get Return of the Jedi, you don't get Episode 7, then you get Return of the Jedi, then you get Dave Filoni's movie. That's what happens.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be great, guys. Dave Filoni's gonna rewrite the sequels, guys. Aren't you so excited for that? They got the writer from Army of the Dead to write Kenobi. That explains so much. Yeah. That actually explains a lot.
Actually, that kind of worries me now that it said it bridges the gap.
He realized he was on copium. He was like, "Oh wait, we have to go to the sequels again."
Shit. I don't want it to bridge a gap.
Bro, it's gonna bridge a gap. If anyone thinks that, like, at any point, Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau were gonna rewrite and like retcon the entire sequel trilogy, you're dumb. You're just stupid. I wish I could have like a I need a hotkey for an Andrew Tate clip where he's just like, "You're a moron," and then he like slaps the camera. I think I have a green screen of that somewhere. But I don't know. Hold up. Okay. Anyway.
I hope they're just saying that, like, it's just like, oh, yeah, we're just, I guess we'll see. Filoni will continue developing his film as well as exploring a possible second season of Ahsoka while serving in his new position.
They're making a second season of Ahsoka. Why? Man, come on. Let me breathe.
To truly help filmmakers, it was really important for me to experience it firsthand, he says. I can also lend a perspective on the challenges that telling these stories will present. I feel more capable of actually being helpful outside of just saying, well, Jedi are like this and Sith are like this. Yeah, dude, that's literally been the problem. Like, he actually has to guide the story. If someone comes to him with like
I completely missed that, so I'm going to restart that by a minute. Bro hates the sequels so much that he accepts any old slop because it thinks that it's automatically better than the sequel trilogy. Yeah. And listen, I hate the sequel trilogy. I don't think it's good. But there is a level of, yeah, that's a good point because there's a lot of people who defend like The Last Jedi or The Rise of Skywalker as being the worst thing. Like, that's their reverse golden cow, like sacred cow, where it's like, no, this is the worst thing. Nothing can be worse than it. Shut up. As like a quality control thing. Because it's like, we've gotten a lot of worse things than The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. We got Mando Season 3, first off. We got Ahsoka, again, to mention again. We have Ahsoka Season 2, which will most likely be worse than the first season, probably. And then we had Kenobi. Kenobi was worse than both of those movies. And then we got Boba Fett, which was also worse. We don't get a sequel of Dread, but... Yep, yeah. Yeah, no Dread sequel, but don't worry, you get an Ahsoka Season 2. The show that kind of flopped in terms of viewership. You get that. Actually, the viewer thing is probably not that fair because, Andor failed. but that was circumstantial because, you know, Obi-Wan came before that, and people were like, hey, I don't think I want to watch Star Wars anymore, especially this random guy that died in Rogue One. The sequels are bad, really bad, but they're better than, yeah, all of what I've mentioned. Yes, we can agree. Hold up, I'm checking something. Okay. Anyway, let's continue. I need to set it back by like
Actually,
30 seconds.
yeah, we're just, I guess we'll see. Filoni will continue developing his film as well as exploring a possible second season of Ahsoka while serving in his new position. To truly help filmmakers, it was really important for me to experience it firsthand, he says. I can also lend a perspective on the challenges that telling these stories will present. I feel more capable of actually being helpful outside of just saying, well, Jedi are like this and Sith are like this. Yeah, dude, that's literally been the problem. Like, he actually has to guide the story. If someone comes to him with like a...
No, he does not need to guide the story. Please do not have Filoni guide the story. We've seen time and time again, he's not good at story. That's not what he's good at. Book of Boba Fett is one of the most embarrassing pieces of media I've ever seen in my entire life. Never thought I'd see a show be hijacked by another show, and yet here we are. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. It is crazy. And that's like, there's shows where it seems pretty easy to write, right? Like, Book of Boba Fett is a home run in terms of writing. It should be. Because you have this legacy character who everyone loves for some reason, even though he died because he got slapped with a paddle by a blind man, but whatever. I don't know why people like Boba Fett so much. You have a legacy character who's just kind of in the background of Empire, and you see that scene where Vader's talking to all the bounty hunters. He's like, no disintegrations, and you have this whole like this new world building tool that you have with these bounty hunters to show this whole unique world, this side of the Star Wars galaxy that we haven't really seen before with these bounty hunters. How do bounty hunters do business? You have this whole thing, and on top of that, you have Boba Fett, who again got slapped by a paddle from a blind man, who comes out of the Sarlacc pit, and word spreads probably pretty fast that you got knocked in the head by a guy who was blind with a paddle, and they probably think you're a joke. So you could have this show be about Boba Fett going around the galaxy doing jobs, reclaiming his glory as the greatest bounty hunter to ever live. It's not that hard. That's a home run. I 100% could write a better story than what was given. Let me cook. So instead, Favreau decided, no, let's make him come out of the Sarlacc pit, get stripped of all his armor by, I was about to call them Ewoks, Jawas, while he's conscious, by the way, but he just doesn't stop him for some reason. And then, on top of that, he becomes ingrained into the society of a local group of sand people. And then, on top of that, he decides to become mayor of Tatooine. Because that's how he is going to gain respect. He's going to become a mayor and be a kind leader. Even though he was a bounty hunter who was probably not that great of a guy. But it's fine because he had a character development with sand people. This was all written by Jon Favreau, by the way. Jon Favreau made this. And they thought it was good. because he looks cool in Empire and then Jedi made him a punk. Yeah, that's probably why people like him. I liked Jango Fett more. He at least didn't get hit by a paddle by a blind man, you know? Like, he at least had some cool thing. Of course, he got his head cut off by a Jedi while he was just sitting there, but... yeah. I don't know. You know a bounty hunter that I really liked and really thought was cool? The guy that didn't talk, the alien guy that didn't talk. He had, like, the pet dog, and he had the Frisbee hat that he would, like, throw around and be, like, just, like, sled on in one of those episodes in, like, season 6 of the Clone Wars. That guy's cool. He talks, like, this, like, Russian-style alien language. That guy's cool. The other guy's not so much. One of the things I hate about Glump Shido cameos is when there's a perfect opportunity for one, but they don't use it. Imagine if Boba Fett teaming up with Bosk in Book of Boba Fett. Why did we get a Wookiee? That's true. Yeah, like, and also they use Cad Bane in, like, the worst way possible. Like, imagine if Cad Bane and Boba Fett, you know, you have that Western style standoff between them, but it ends with, like, Boba Fett, like, stabbing him, which is really weird. Imagine if, imagine a crime boss that does crime. True. But Boba Fett doesn't do crime because he's honorable for some reason. I actually forgot that show. I don't even know. I think he does crime, but he's like, I am honorable. This is just business or something like that. I don't even remember, dude. The only thing that I remember from that show is the painting with Jabba the Hutt. Did I just say no? Yeah, Jabba the Hutt. He was just there in, like, a painting that was, like, they were crossing it around the road, and I think it got destroyed or something. And then, of course, I grew up surrounded by water. Yeah, and also to that point, Orc Destroyer. So, bad news, that character is voiced by Filoni. No! I don't like him anymore. But to your point, Orc, like, they even do the Glump Shido cameos, and then they do them terribly. Like, for example, when Luke Skywalker and Ahsoka are talking in Boba Fett, and, you know, you have the son of the Chosen One who redeemed him in the end, and you know, it's Luke Skywalker. It's one of the last Jedi left, and he's a part of a bloodline that Ahsoka is familiar with. Not only familiar with, but his father was her mentor and friend, practically big brother. And from her last encounter with him, she thought he was irredeemable. And what do they talk about? Nothing. They just talk about the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda. We don't want to talk about Baby Yoda. Talk about, like, cool stuff that happened. Luke probably wants to know everything about his father during the Clone Wars, during, you know, Revenge of the Sith. How did that happen? His encounter with her encounter with Darth Vader. And Ahsoka probably wants to know about the fact that Darth Vader was redeemed in the end. Like, imagine the weight lifted off Ahsoka's shoulders if, like, man, imagine the weight lifted off Ahsoka's shoulders when she figures out that, like, Anakin Skywalker was redeemed in the end. The person that she attempted to redeem but failed at. Imagine if, like, Luke said, "No, my father died a hero." Like, imagine if we just got that line. And it was good, well choreographed, not choreographed, but, like, well shot, well written. What I'm pretty much saying is, imagine if Star Wars was good, right? Like imagine. I remember the Wookiee from Boba Fett committing the worst assassination attempt in history. Man just walked into Boba Fett's palace to kill Boba with no weapons, just his bare hands. Honestly, baller. But no, that was really stupid. Why didn't he get the worms from Attack of the Clones? Man, imagine if there was a Attack of the Clones reference with the droid and the worm centipede things. That'd be crazy. Anyway, let's watch Star Wars Theory.
A dumb idea. Like Luke abandoning everybody and going to a stupid planet and cutting himself off from the Force. I would hope that Dave would be like, no, I don't think that's really the best decision for Luke.
Did his phone just go off? Hold up.
Like Luke abandoning
Listen for
everybody and going to a stupid planet and cutting himself off from the Force. I would hope that Dave would be like, no, I don't think that's really the best
Do
decision.
you guys hear that?
For Luke.
Or am I tweaking?
Force. I would hope that Dave would be like, no, I don't think that's really the best.
His phone went
decision,
off. His phone went off in the recording. Amateur.
For Luke at this time, instead of just being like, well, if you're gonna do that, the Jedi are like this, and Sith. Like, no, dude, no way. All the titles from Star Wars Celebration are still on the books. Lucasfilm officials say, including a historical epic about the early origins of the Force and a story revisiting Rey. Upcoming television projects include The Acolyte, set in the High Republic.
Oh, man.
Skeleton Crew, a show about a group of lost young space travelers set sometime after the Empire's defeat in Return of the Jedi. Darth Vader's legacy in Ahsoka. Is there anything here? Okay, Ahsoka Tano was his Padawan. Blah blah blah. Let alone past since she's had a very particular idea of him, the Jedi Order, and who she was in all of that for a very long time until that image was shattered, Dawson says. The point we graduate to here is, yeah, he did some terrible things, and he also did some really great things. And it's always up to you how you choose the direction. She can look back at her own life. We graduate to here is, yeah, he did some terrible things, and he also did some really great things. And it's always up to you how you choose the direction. She can look back at her own life. She's gone through some hardships that could have been the moment that turned her dark. She didn't go.
Bro's got window error noises going off in the recording. Yeah, it's actually the voices inside your head. Remove them. Oh, the voices in your walls. Oh. Let me just stab my walls to find them. Man, forgot to put it on silent before recording. Yeah. To be fair, my phone is always on silent. This thing is never actually on. Because I hate the noise of a cell phone. Does that mean I miss DMs and calls? Yes. Do I care? No. Moving on.
There, so I think she's starting to trust herself. Okay, and I think the rest is just more so about Rosario. Yeah, Hayden Christian Rosol. I could make a video on this in another video, I think. But yeah, okay. So look, Dave Filoni now having this position at Lucasfilm, I think was something that they needed to do at the very inception of Disney acquiring the company. I feel like they have really just lost the mark when it comes to how they should handle Star Wars and Lucasfilm. And
Agreed.
I'll never forgive them for that. That's Disney and Kathleen Kennedy. But I believe going forwards that this will be a decision. It's at least, good news. It's at least a move in the right direction.
Okay.
And I was looking at my Instagram post when I posted about this, and a lot of...
He has Skype installed? That's crazy. Oh, you guys can't see it. Let me... I don't know if you can see that, but he's got Skype down here. That's crazy. Homie has Skype. It's not something I was gonna expect. So I saw it. Sorry, I'm unfocused. Now put Gilroy in charge. True, but that's never gonna happen because he's a good writer.
Got a lot of likes. Someone said that. Oh, great, we won't have any more original stories ever. And I don't think that's true. I think
that's very true. This man cannot make original ideas at all.
Once Dave is done telling Ahsoka's story and maybe Anakin's story more so, I think then we'll be able to get some original stories from him. And now that whatever will happen will be passed through him, so everything will have a massive guidance from Dave. And I think that's probably the most important thing going forwards, because now it's not going to be so all over the place with these random writers like Joby Harold that they get in there and they write all of this crap that makes no sense. The characters wouldn't.
Or they get, some random writer named Tony Gilroy, and he actually completely shows every single one of the writers up in Star Wars, because guess what? You don't have to be a you don't have to be a Star Wars fan to work for Star Wars. You just have to be a good writer, and that's all that you have to be. Nice little beard you got. I see growing, dog. Oh, I do? Let me change. Oh yeah. I probably need to shave. I probably should. But I haven't. Yeah. I'm going to bed. See you guts. It's been fun chilling with you. Oh, I need to get a hold up. I just noticed. I need to add. Please don't let Filoni touch Andor. He can now. And he 100% will. Mike. Ugh, look at that. Disgusting. Bars. Got him. Okay, let me put this at the bottom. And there we go. There. Ah, that's not centered. Okay, that's good. I like the bars. They look cool. Dave Filoni, make a story with original ideas challenge. Impossible. Yeah, it's pretty much impossible. The man cannot create. He just plagiarisms. And then gets praised for it. Because everyone loves him. Because no one tries to be critical of him. Because he's the apprentice of George Lucas. Look at Star Wars Theory's face during that pause. Hold up. Let me get oh, this is news. I'm saving this for later. Who is the highest executive at Lucasfilm right now? Can KK or Filoni be outvoted on a decision? Well, KK is the big person, the big man on the scene. And I don't think Filoni can be outvoted creatively because he's the creative officer now. He's in charge of everything in terms of creative decisions and story decisions. Uninspired, we lost big time today. We lost. No one's lost more than right now. Yeah, KK is the big man, and then Filoni just got hired or promoted to the second big man, pretty much, in terms of like the direction of stories. So yeah.
Act like that. They wouldn't be like this. They wouldn't make these decisions. And that's really at the heart of it. What the problem is that we have not even a preconceived notion. We just know these characters inside and out. And
oh my, guys, hold up. Oh God, that's not what I wanted to do. I don't know if you guys can see this, but he has 3,000. He has 3,000 emails in his PO box, in his email. Homie, answer your emails, please. I'm gonna die. Dog, I'm legit just learning about this news. Been edited all day. Haven't checked any socials. That's probably for the better, honestly. This news like wrecked me. I woke up. I'm driving to school. I'm just like, I get a notification on Twitter. I check the notifications while driving. Don't tell anybody that. And then I literally just see my homepage, and it just says Dave Filoni promoted to creative officer. And I was just like, man, I really want to drive my car off of the road and into oncoming traffic. But Dave Filoni is going to be the savior of Star Wars, guys. Don't worry.
We've embodied them for decades, so we know how they would make certain decisions and how they wouldn't. What they would say, what they wouldn't say. Are they talking too much?
That theory face is your brain on...
What? Are they talking too little? Are they focused on something that is completely irrelevant to their interests? Are they, not blowing out the fire like with Obi-Wan and just looking at it and just not going to the side or using the Force like he did 2 minutes ago? Hopefully all of these things will be remedied now, and Dave Filoni will take us in a direction.
You see, he pointed that out, but that's not a that's not a lore guy decision. That's just like writing. You don't even, I could take like Bagface. Bagface doesn't care about Star Wars. I could take him, throw him into the writing room of one of these projects. I'll take Kenobi, for example, and show him that scene. Have him go over the script, and he'd probably say, hey, this doesn't really work, does it? And then, you know, the writer would be like, yeah, it doesn't, but we're going to do it anyway. Dave is obviously going to save Star Wars from Kathleen Kennedy, who's definitely the bad guy here. Yeah, not the both of them. I've been watching iceberg videos all day. Yeah, I get that. I did that to fall asleep, but recently I haven't. Just because Pigpen, the guy that I watch iceberg videos from, the ones that I think are like really like boring enough for me to sleep to, I don't think he's posted any new ones. I watched all of his videos, and I need more content, and I can't go to sleep. Anyway.
George would have wanted us to go from the very beginning, and honestly, so stupid that they didn't do this from the start, but better late than never, I suppose. Great news. Let me know what you think about it. I know there's a lot of people who don't like Dave Filoni. I like Dave Filoni. I think that he is a step in the right direction, and this promotion is definitely going to hopefully give us that. So, hope you all have a great day. Leave a like on the video, and may the force be with you.
Boys, we lost so hard today. It's actually tragic. Hey, there's my stream. It's actually insane how much we lost. Oh, this is fan film. Did he upload anything else? In terms of the news, that was 3 hours ago, 3 days ago. Yeah, nothing else. Oh yeah, here's that video. I'm done with Disney Star Wars. Do you guys want to rewatch that? Do you guys want to watch this video again? I know I watched it with Sheev, but I don't know if any of you have watched it. Filoni is the most exacerbated example of failing upwards I've ever witnessed. Yeah, it's true. He's really bad, and people keep praising him for no reason. He gets like, it's mostly because everyone praises him for like Avatar: The Last Airbender and the Clone Wars, even though he didn't really write those. He was just there, really. I just finished 10 hours, a 10-hour Lost Media iceberg from Source Brew. I need to move this cable. It's in the way of my chat. There we go. I can actually read. That sounds interesting. You know what I watched? There's like a playlist on YouTube of videos. It's a playlist on YouTube where it's music that has been lost by the creator. Like the artist who originally made the song has been completely lost. Like nobody knows where the song originates from. They just exist. And they're pretty interesting to listen to. 'Cause it's like when I was like listening to it, I felt like an alien like coming across like human technology. I know that sounds, I don't know why I phrased it like that, but you know what I'm talking about? Like I feel like a archaeologist uncovering like ancient texts. And no one actually knows the source of it. All we know is that someone made this and they wanted it to be found like in generations to come, you know? That sounds pretty dope. Yeah, I'll try to find it actually. Let me turn the music back on. I'll turn the music. I think I had it like right here. Is that good? Chat, tell me if the music's good now. I hate his fans more than himself. They hype up all excuse me. They hype up and all believe this false notion that he made the Clone Wars. He didn't. It's true, he didn't. And even then, the Clone Wars is mostly filler and is a mediocre show at best. Yeah, the Clone Wars isn't that great. I enjoy it. I really enjoy the Clone Wars as a show. I grew up with it. And I like it. I'm not going to say it's good, though. Actually, let me find it.
You wonder...
Sorry for the that was a Star Wars Theory jump scare. Let me find that the Lost Songs playlist. Lost Songs. I don't know if that was really loud or not. There. These songs are honestly a vibe. And actually, if you read the comments, it's like a bunch of people trying to find the songs, and I think most of them have been found. And this was posted March 29th, 2022. And I think most of the songs have actually been found now. Yeah, it's a really interesting rabbit hole to go down. There's not many playlists like this, so I like it. Chat, do you want to watch the video of Star Wars Theory being done with Star Wars, and then the next day completely like being fine with Star Wars again, and he's like, oh my god. Check it out. Yeah, you should. It's honestly some banger music. On the plus side, Theory pulls some of the best funny faces on the internet, so this man is of value. Yeah, man, during that Sheev talk stream, we like every frame that we paused on, his face was just gold. I'm gonna turn the music up a bit. There, that looks good. Ish. Well, chat, that's most of the news that we talked about today. We actually, how long have we been streaming? We've been streaming for 2 hours, and that took, I only started getting into Star Wars because of The Mandalorian, which wasn't bad, but everything thereafter was just kind of existed within the bland space of mediocre content, and or being the wildest exception. That's true. That show is too good for Star Wars, in my opinion. Yeah. Listen, you're in good hands. We love Andor here, all right? Okay? Yeah, Star Wars is too good to be Star Wars, you know. It does feel crazy that that show exists and was made by Disney, you know? It's absolutely baffling that that existed. And guess what? Season 2 is probably going to suck because Dave Filoni will get his grummy little mitts on it. And he'll make Ahsoka at the helm of it. And it'll be crazy. I feel like there was more news. Oh yeah, there was the Ahsoka Season 2 that's been confirmed. By the way, I changed the music volume. Is it okay? I have no idea. Oh, we had the... did you guys hear the Superman news? Let me show you guys this. So let me drag this a bit so you guys can actually see it. Skylar Gasundo, I don't know how to actually pronounce his name, has been cast as Jimmy Olsen for Superman Legacy. I think this is good news. I don't know about you guys. This guy, like, look at him. This guy is Jimmy Olsen. Am I right, guys? Come on. I know a lot of people were like, oh, James Gunn is gonna, like, race swap him and make him black. I don't know, man. He's good at casting. I think James Gunn is really good at casting. I think his, like, his cast for Guardians, peak. Man, peak. But this is good. Good news. I don't want to make the whole stream me complaining about Star Wars. I mean, I do complain about Star Wars, but this is good news. W casting, yeah, man, look at this dude. I think the thing about James Gunn is, I swear he just goes onto like YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, just every social media. He goes to Reddit. I think he just goes everywhere and looks for castings that the fans create, and he just does that. Like, I'm pretty sure all of the Superman castings thus far have been fan castings. I look forward to Thrawn being shoved into Andor Season 2 by Filoni. Yeah, it won't even make sense. He'll just be there. But yeah. W casting. This movie's going to be interesting. By default, it'll be better than Man of Steel. Because you can't get much worse than Man of Steel. Like, let's be real. And I think it'll be good. I think all the comments are just saying that he's cooking. Hopefully he lives longer than a single scene. Yeah, this guy in BVS, they just kill him off. It's crazy. I never want to watch that movie again. Yeah, I think people like this. Look at the size of that W. Yeah, good casting, man. I'm excited for this. Was there any more news today? Let me look through my bookmarks. Oh, there was an Aman Viani statement about the Marvels. Let me try to find it. I don't actually remember where I found it. Well, Superman Legacy can't go anywhere other than up after the migraine known as Man of Steel. Yeah. Do I have a slow mode on? I feel like my stream's going really slow. I have a concern. It's probably fine though. I know I have a lot of clips of Pokimane from when she was like making fun of broke people for not being able to buy her overly expensive cookies, which is a great marketing strategy, guys. Oh yeah, that was this kind of based. Hold up, let me pull it up there. Oh, that's not me. That's starting soon. Lamau. Yeah, there was this. Aman Vellani on the Marvel's box office. I don't want to focus on something that isn't even in my control because what's the point? That's for Bob Iger. The box office has nothing to do with me. I'm happy with the finished product. Honestly based. Because listen, I didn't see the movie, and from everyone I've talked to, it's terrible. I saw uninspired reviewers say it was terrible. I talked to Platoon about it. He said it was terrible. I have no interest in seeing this because I don't really care. So I'm not going to see this. It could be terrible. But at the end of the day, I think Iman is like this is a pretty fair reaction. Because like you have other actresses where, you know, you could have Brie Larson when she blames the fans for its failure. She hasn't done that, but that seems like something that she could do. You have people who blamed racism on why like Obi-Wan failed and stuff like that. Yeah, I think this is like the best, like this is the best response to a poorly like successful movie. Aman was great in it in my IMO. Yeah, she's very enjoyable. She has a lot of charisma. She was enjoyable in her own show. Her own show was like god awful in terms of writing, but I was able to enjoy her performance of a like a half cooked character. My essay is still cooking. Been editing since Friday. I feel that. Yeah. I know a lot of people said like, oh, she's coping. But like, is she? Cope would be, being like, the fans don't want to watch it because it has women in it. And it's like, no, people don't want to watch it because they're tired of bad movies. And of course, she can't say it's a bad movie. And also, if she's proud of the finished product, that's fine. A lot of people are proud of their projects that may not be good. Tom Cruise is probably proud of Dead Reckoning. And that movie is god awful. Do I hate him for it? No. Did I say what did I say? Yeah, she is not coping. Did I say he? Why did I say he? It's crazy. I just misgendered her. Cancel me. But yeah. I think she's a swell person. She seems pretty passionate about the character. And it's better than like having another Brie Larson. Except Brie Larson has been pretty tame recently. So Tommy Wiseau is proud of The Room. That's true. That is very true. So yeah. Uninspired, what time is it for you? Isn't it like 4 a.m.? I can't do math. What is the difference? I think most people are feeling burned out by a lot of Marvel's recent output. But the Marvels was nowhere near as bad, as boring as Thor 4, Quantumania, and Secret Invasion. It's fine. Probably. I'm not going to see it. What's worse? Fail OnlyFans, Snyder Simps, or Muskrats? As in Elon Musk fans? Oh, man. I honestly think Filoni fans might be, like, in terms of delusion, I think Filoni fans might be the worst because Filoni fans hate the sequels, right? It's 420 on the dot. Amen, brother. I think Filoni fanboys might be worse because they're more delusional in the fact that they hate the sequel trilogy and everything that it's done to the brand, and they hate it because it's just like bad storytelling, and they'll critique it until hell goes cold. But then when presented with the same issues in Filoni's work, they just start coping. They're like, oh, well, actually, you know? I don't know why I made that noise. I'm sorry. Yeah, also the thing I hated most about another reason why I'm not going to see this is because they ruined her costume. Her costume looks so boring now. They butchered Miss Marvel's costume. It looked so good in the show. Miss Marvel costume? Let me try to find it. It looks way better in the show. Wait for Chrome to load because it's being really cringe. All right. Let me find a good picture of it. Oh, yeah. Please don't be really, like, really bad. Bro, can I get, like, please give me a high definition image. Costume was butchered, got the whole segment of that. Really? That's interesting. Yeah, like they took all the culture and like sucked the culture out of the End result. Why are all of these images like 10 pixels? This is crazy. I'm going to lose my mind. I also don't like how they mixed everyone's powers together, because it takes away the uniqueness of like all of them. Because now instead of, you know, Miss Marvel being her own thing and like being like a street level character, which is what she should be, she's now like Avengers level threat person who's now the like the leader of the she's like the leader of the Young Avengers, which doesn't make sense for her at all. Like, she's not a leader character. She's still like coming into her own. I found Christian Bale singing the Powerpuff Girls outro while cooking my spoof. Why did Christian Bale do that? I'm gonna find that now that you said that. I want to find it. Let me mute this for a second. Guys, I found it.
The only thing that's going around my head is fighting crime, trying to save the world. Here they come just in time. The Powerpuff Girls. Know it?
That's insane. Where is that from? He is the last person I would expect. Peak Bale, honestly. Based Bale moment. That's so... Do you have that full interview? I need to see that full interview. That's so crazy. That blows my mind that he would do that. I mean, based, but that's so random. I honestly would expect him to sing like the SpongeBob intro before Powerpuff Girls. Yeah, they got a full one? Him singing the whole thing? Or the full interview? I don't even know. Like, what was the interview for? Because, like, is it for... Like, what movie is that for? Because that looks like an old interview. Is that for, like... Batman Beyond? Not Batman Beyond. Batman Begins? ABC News interview? Like, what press release was it for? Was it for a press release? I feel like it... Or did they just, like, bring him in for a random interview and then he was like, ah, here. I'm trying to find more news. I feel like there was some more stuff to talk about. If there's not, I'll just end stream. Promoting a movie with Mark Wahlberg, I think. They were in a movie together? movie with Christian Bale and Mark Wahlberg. The Fighter. A 2010. I've found a Wikipedia article. That's not what I wanted to do. Of The Fighter. We will scroll down this. The Fighter is a 2010 American biographical sports drama film directed by David O. Russell. It stars Mark Wahlberg, who also produced, Christian Bale, Amy Adams, and Melissa Leo. The film centers around the lives of professional boxer Mickey Wahlberg, and his older half-brother and former boxer Dickie Eklund Bale. Who's this guy? Okay. The film was inspired by a 1995 documentary that featured Eklund Award family titled High on Crack Street. Lost Lives in Lowell. The Fighter was released in theaters in December 2017 and 2010 by Paramount Pictures. The film grossed 129 million worldwide and received the largely positive reviews, with critics praising the performance. Many comments regarding Bale's weight, accent, and mannerisms widely referred to his performance as one of the greatest performances of the century. It was nominated for 7 Academy Awards, winning the awards for Best Supporting Actor and Best Supporting Actress. The plot. This is interesting. Development. Acquired life rights boxer Mickey Ward and his brother. Academy Awards: Best Picture, Best Director, Best Supporting Actor, Best Supporting Actress, Best Original Screenplay, Best Film Editing. Got a nomination for editing. That's cool. BAFTA Awards: Best Supporting Actor, Best Supporting Actress, Best Original Screenplay. Didn't win any of those. That's rough. Broadcast Film Critics: Best Picture, Best Supporting Actor, Best Supporting Actress, Best Acting Ensemble, Best Original Screenplay. It won 3 of these. The movie was pretty good. Directors Guild of America Awards: Best Director. That's it? That's crazy. ESPY Awards: Best Sports Movie. 1, of course. Golden Globe Awards: Best Picture, Best Picture / Drama, Best Director, Best Actor / Best Actor in the drama category, I guess. So it's that guy. Best Supporting Actor, Best Supporting Actress. It seems so. It was. Excuse me. It was nominated for a lot. It seems. That's cool. Yeah. Nothing much to say. No, not starting soon. This one. How many of you guys have been watching Invincible? Because I have not been keeping up with it. I've been waiting to binge it. Serious movie, chill Powerpuff Girls interview. W. Pale. Yeah. Truly a W. Bro, look at the size of this tumbleweed. This isn't news, but I just found this. Look at this. Look at this tumbleweed. Giant. I wish I lived here. I wish I lived in the tumbleweed. If you live in a tumbleweed, mega cowboy mode. That's crazy. Not kept up with it. I need to binge it. Well, you should, because they released a teaser for it. Hold up. Let me find it. Oh yeah. Pause this. So apparently Mark and Invincible are or Mark and Omni-Man are gonna see each other again. And it's gonna be wild, because this is episode 4. And this is where this is the cutoff point for the last part of season 2. So this is the first part of season 2, and then we're gonna have the second part, which is episodes 5 through 8. So I'm gonna be binging this tomorrow, or maybe even today. Cause, you know, I need to be up to date with stuff. And also gotta talk about it on I gotta talk about it on Slight Tomfoolery, which you should come by Sunday, because we haven't done it for the past 2 weeks because I've been busy with school. JK is back. Amen. I also heard that they're fixing Amber as a character, which I am okay with. I actually want them to fix her, because she's pretty bad in season 1. By pretty bad, she is a gaslighting, terrible person. School sucks. True. Especially my doc class. I hate my documentary class so much. It's so boring. It's incomprehensibly boring. I'm a binge it? Yeah. You should. It's just like, I have to do a bunch of documentaries, and I'm like, I'm running out of ideas for documentaries, man. I don't even want to be like doing this. Can I make up a story? Actually, I have an idea. So I'm going to do a documentary about the history of sporks. And I'm going to do a section in it where I completely make up a fake history. So then I can do a fake interview, because it has to have an interview in it. So I don't even know if I'm going to get credit for this project. I don't know if it follows any of the stuff at all. So I could fail. I have 6 exams coming up in the next couple of weeks. I pray for you. Are you going to school to twist your mustache like Star Wars Theory thinks you do? Can I get that clip? Oh, I have it up. I'm gonna find it. Where he's like, oh yeah, Andor is for people who drink wine. Oh, yep. I think it's right here. Also music.
Just literally give them the bare minimum, but focus all of our attention in Andor, which, yes, Andor is a great show for everyone who attended film school and wants to eat their cheese with a French hat so they can twiddle their mustache at the same time and talk about the Renaissance era and how great things were back then while they sip on their wine from 1922. Okay, don't get me...
It's so funny. It's such a funny clip. Oh my god. Do a documentary about your brother, Napoleon Dynamite. I don't know him. He's talking about you, Andrew. He is. Except, like, listen. Well, man, I was gonna say I'm not legally allowed to drink wine, but now I am, because I turned 22, like, or 21 Friday? Yes, last week? Yeah, Thursday. No, Sunday. Yeah, I completely forgot about it. And so like now I am this character, except I don't talk about how great the Renaissance period is, because the Renaissance period wasn't that great. Like in terms of living, you know? Hold up, I got sent a text. Sorry. Yeah, so I could be this guy, except when like listen, I like cheese, but like I don't eat it how he thinks like I eat it, you know? Like if I see like a food platter and you know, you got ham, you got like sausages, you know, you have deer meat, turkey, cheese, like cheddar, mozzarella, you know, all that stuff, American. You know what I do? I just grab the cheese. I just start shoving in my face. Like I'm so uncivilized when I see a food platter. You know? I need to play this clip again.
Wrong. Andor, which yes, Andor is a great show for everyone who attended film school and wants to eat their cheese with a French hat so they can twiddle their mustache at the same time and talk about the Renaissance era and how great things were back then while they sip on their wine from 1922. Okay, don't get me wrong.
It's such a good clip. It's so funny. Isn't it a shame that people like... Why do people like Andor? And then he goes...
I liked Andor. I liked it. It was a good show. It was fine. It was cozy. It was also extremely boring and made me fall asleep a million times while I was...
Yeah, I like it, but I hated it at the same time. He's so funny. I gotta run, dog. Hopefully I'll see you Sunday if I'm home. Got 2 sections more to edit. Hopefully done today. Copyright permitting. Yeah. See ya. Yeah, I think I might end it too. We've been going for a while. His motion tracking is awful. Bro. True. Hire me for motion tracking. Except I don't think I would work for him because apparently he doesn't credit his editors. So that's great. Let's start the music back. Bro, I'm vibing to this music. Oh, we went all through that playlist? That's crazy. I just found like non-copyrighted beats. And I was just like, these work. These are groovy. Chad, I think I'm gonna head out. It's been a good stream. Good conversation. Good conversation about the state of Star Wars and how we're all done for. It's over. It's never been more over than right now. So, yeah. It was a good stream. Thank you for the donations. Yeah, who are the donations again? Fan funding. Yes. Sam Montgomery, thank you for the £2. It was a good stream. Actually, pounds go to like 250. That's crazy. It was a good stream, a lot of fun. Have a good one. Thank you. See ya. Star Wars is alive and well. Thank you, Dave. Yes, it did very much well. Definitely not gonna have a plummet in quality for Andor season 2, but listen, chat. If Andor season 2 sucks, I'm gonna be the first person you're gonna see that's gonna make a video about it, and I will rip it to shreds if it is bad. I don't think you understand. If it's bad, listen, like Andor season 1, I'm fine with. If they cancel Andor season 2, I will be okay. Of course I'll be upset, but there's no like everything comes to an end in season 1. It's self-contained story, and it's like a self-contained story about Andor and how he starts off as a man with, he has opinions about he has feelings and emotions about the Empire, but, he slowly grows to a person who actually cares about the rebellion, and he sees that there's a fighting chance to, like, take them down. The Empire, that is. So that's a whole self-contained story. You have Mon Mothma's characters that's self-contained. You have, the only thing that we're not going to see is, like, Luthen Rael's death, which he's pretty much going to die in season 2. I fully expect that. The prequels cut it off at the knees. The sequels killed it, and the shows banged the corpse and buried it. Yeah. And then Andor came around and, like, kissed the gravestone gingerly. I guess, if we're gonna go with this, like, story arc of a metaphor. Because Andor didn't, like, save the brand, obviously, but it kissed me goodnight. That's all I needed it to do. But yeah, Star Wars is gonna suck still for a while, and it's gonna take a lot for Star Wars Theory to realize that this isn't a good decision, but I'm not gonna change his mind on that, so we're gonna head out. Thank you, chat. See you, Flaccid. See you, Konarek. I forgot how to say your name. Konarek, see ya. Adam Gray, pleasure. Uninspired, you already left. Vex. I didn't even see your message, but see ya. I don't know why did that not come up? That's crazy. Pillsbury, see ya. Sam Montgomery, see ya. Orc Destroyer, see ya. Alright, we're gonna head out. I don't have a goodbye scene, but I'm just gonna salute like I always do. See you, chat. Wait, where's my end stream button? Oh, there it is. I gotta have that hot and ready. Alright, goodbye, chat. We outie.